Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, our Armour Astir Advent Aria. My name is Radio Free Will. Your intrepid GM. Intrepid? Does Dimension 20 have a monopoly on that word, like the Intrepid Heroes thing? Do we need to figure out another word besides intrepid?
I mean, just come up with a different word than intrepid anyways.
Okay, fine.
I feel like we would just be described as chaotic, not necessarily intrepid.
I don't like either word.
Okay.
Just use your boundless creativity.
Oh, yes.
Fearless, dauntless, audacious, dynamic.
Ooh, dynamic.
Dynamic.
I feel like
I'm a big fan of dauntless.
Gutsy, spunky.
A dauntless DM. I kind of like that, actually.
Indomitable.
You're gregarious, because like gregarious, you have the two hard G's followed by GM. You know, for the soft G sound. Dauntless
gregarious
DM. Dauntless DM. I like Dauntless DM. That's
yeah, and you can't call yourself gregarious because your name's not Greg.
Right.
Willful.
Cinematic storyteller. It's
Stalwart.
Stalwart storyteller. There we go. That's okay.
There we go.
We're getting somewhere. Stalwart storyteller.
I love.
We'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Well, whatever my title is, I'm that guy. I'm Radio Free Will. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. If you would like me to be your stalwart storyteller, then you can check that link right up there, the startplaying.games/GM/Radio Free Will, and sign up for one of my games. We currently, as of my recording of this, we just got enough players for my Monster of the Week game to go live, which Lissa, you may be interested to know. I am redoing Take Me Home Country Roads. It is which is a Monster of the Week game that I ran, that I streamed a few years ago. It is about a road trip for the final resting place of a legendary hunter. And the party is going to be taking that quest, taking that journey across the country in a...
Are they going high Route 66 again?
There's a distinct possibility that they will be going up via Route 66. No spoilers. No spoilers, just in case my players are watching, you know?
I highly doubt they're going to manage to get out in the same way that we did, Will.
Oh, 100%.
The way we did was the craziest, stupidest thing that probably should not have worked in our favor, but it did.
Yeah, no, it's... honestly, I don't even remember the specifics of how you got out of it, but it was... Oh, and because it's one of those things, like, I will be doing a lot more prep for it this time, so I will have a better idea of exactly how to sort of get out of it. You guys winged it, and the story that we came up with came out awesome anyway.
We managed... The way we did it was we convinced you that the army counted as a person.
My players might be watching. No spoilers, please.
That's between you and God.
Yeah.
I was God, kind of.
And this is why we need the trank dart, Lissa.
Anyway,
take her out.
Thanks for being here for for this session. This is our second episode of Wolves in Sheep's Clothing. If you're watching this live here on Twitch, you can go check out my YouTube channel where the first video is posted, and you can watch what happened there. And then I will be posting this video there in the future. But in my discussion, Twitch or Spotify decided to stop playing the music, which is being provided by our friend Arcane Anthems. Thank you very much, Wes. Great dude, provider of all sorts of sounds for anything you need for TTRPGs, whether streamed or home or what have you. Also does some fun parody and original stuff too. But anyway.
Highly suggest his Patreon. You can do a full year for like $11 or something like that. That's what I'm on. That's what I use for my D&D players.
That's pretty rad.
It's the good stuff.
Anyway, previously on Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, our heroes, the crew of the Beetlebug, our wolves, I should say, received a message that something fishy was happening in a village outside of the capital. Like there was something underground being built there. And so you went to investigate. Doing a quick flyover as stealthily as possible, and using some tech to figure out what's underneath it. There is something. There is. You have the sneaking suspicion that underneath this quiet factory village, they are building something big and something dangerous.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I believe we left off with our artificer, and who was out with them? It was Sprocket and
Electo.
Sprocket and Electo.
Do.
You.
Wait,
the team up. No one ever saw it coming, but the world actually needed.
You have this information, and I think that's kind of where we left off. Basically, you got the info, and we sort of left that at the cliffhanger. So, you have attained this information. What's next?
Okay, so we figured out,
and I believe
that there's this big thing that's deep under the ground, like it's deep down there. We figured out that the back grass area was basically like the opening launch pad kind of thing for it.
I believe,
and there is a missile or some
the
sort
big
of
old
rocket
rocket shaped thing in there is the thing. It's a big old rocket shaped thing.
I believe Lakis and Draco were staying back on the Beetlebug to basically wait to be deployed. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we were waiting to sortie in order to limit the potential interference and cause, potential stealth to get broken.
Sure.
Right, in case stealth gets broken, now it's time to fuck around.
Yeah, we're it probably in the hangar bay.
Yeah, both of us were in the hangar bay.
One thing I would like to point out. Let me describe something that I didn't have a chance to describe last time.
Okay. Fill my ears with knowledge.
So, surrounding this, sort of not surrounding, sort of scattered about throughout this back area, there is still that large sort of flat area that is you have correctly identified as some kind of silo. But also scattered throughout this area behind it are several hangars that look like that. If you were to fly over them stealthily, as you are currently equipped for, you would see there are Asters. Sort of walking, patrolling, basically. They are fairly standard issue Asters. They are the kind of thing that the sort of Asters that you would typically see being piloted by shepherds. And they are... Let's see. They are all humanoid-shaped, each with sort of a standard issue, sort of assault rifle-shaped gun.
Okay.
All fairly stocky. They're sort of built. Once again, these ones are built with to be mass produced. Basically, they don't have
Right.
much in the way of any sort of unique personality to them, or like if they do have a unique personality to them, it's more in like whoever pilots them might decorate them with like how how people used to decorate planes during like World War II or shortly after. They'd have like
Right.
they would like stamp on like the number of planes they took down, or maybe like a decal of a of an animal
Something.
they like, or like it's minor details like that. It's not like in the design of
Right.
the Astir itself.
It's not designed in, it's sprinkled on.
Right.
Mhm.
And there are a few Astirs on patrol.
Okay, there's like a few of them, like just 2 or 3 kind of thing, or they're like
That you see 2. You don't know if there's any
Okay.
more sort of waiting to deploy though.
okay.
Are there like people like walking around,
Yep.
looking up?
Looking at these amazing ducks hanging around my Astor's neck. These amazing ducks, because what sky could possibly ever be fulfilled
All
in
good
its
skies
truth
have ducks.
without the ducks?
Look at all these
I still
chickens.
I still need to like cross stitch that on something. All good skies have ducks. I need to cross stitch that. I'm going to put on my wall back here. It's just going to be for me.
That's fucking glorious. When you do it, Abby, I need pictures. That's a cat. Hi.
What do you mean pictures? You will see it on this wall behind me. That's where it will live.
I need an up close, detailed picture. of
Zoop
it,
gets to
Abby.
choose the colors. Gets to choose the colors and will be there and you will see it forever.
Greens and browns as is appropriate for ducks.
You know what? Valid. We're going full mallard. Let's go. I'll cross stitch some clouds up there or something. Make it cute. Whack.
Quack.
No one see like if anyone is looking up, you don't see no one is sort of pointing you out.
Right, we're invisible. My question is,
Hell invisible.
Rocket takes off the bomber jacket to reveal a parachute
Lord.
and brandishes
You going? Don't jump out. What are you
brandishes
doing? Don't
the
jump out of the
steel
sky.
fuser one. It's like, it's time to take some stuff down.
Brandishes the what? I'm sorry?
The steel fuser, the like,
The arc welder kind of thing?
yeah, the arc welder.
I'm
Okay.
never sending Sprocket on an away mission ever again.
In this moment, Electo's just sitting here. What did I bring into my Astor? What chaos did I bring into my Astor?
There's no time to waste.
Okay.
My general sense of
All right,
well-being
all right,
is
all right,
plummeting
all right,
faster than I would if I just stopped the thrusters.
Okay. This is what we're gonna do.
Oh my gosh. This is fine.
I haven't jumped out yet, by the way.
Don't jump out of the
Everything's
Astor!
fine.
How many tearaway clothes does Sprocket
No.
have? Just releasing like more and more cartoony outfits below.
All right.
Do you have a clown suit on? Are there squeaky shoes in there and I just can't see it? Beneath the boots?
Because if I had squeaky shoes, that they would be able to hear me coming. I do have a ninja outfit on underneath, though.
Why?
So,
For what purpose?
are you going to jump out?
I think
What would be
Electo's
the
not gonna
purpose?
let me.
What would be the you do not fall from the sky. There's all the sneak is gone the moment a full person drops from the sky out of a seamless sky.
So, on one hand, small creature. On the other hand, parachute.
Not a duck, not bird. People see a parachute and go, that's a thing. That shouldn't probably be there.
Okay, you're right. They will be able to see the parachute. We should go back and get the others. We need to attack now before they let that thing go.
We don't know what state of completion it's at, do we?
You can also you have radios. You can send a message back to
Right.
Back to the Beetlebug and say, "This is what we got. What's our move?" If you want, and
Yes.
sort of confer with the rest of the group.
Right. 100%. Like, just before it's like, don't move. Calling it in. Don't move. Calling it in. Put the captain on the line.
I'm going to start a clock.
Uh-oh.
Ow. Can you leave my foot alone?
I don't like that there's a clock.
I don't like that there's a clock either.
Tick tock on the clock.
I thought they were trying to ban that.
I can't remember how the rest of the song goes. I'm drawing a blank.
DJ, blow my speakers up.
That's it.
Unite.
DJ,
I
blow
will
these
fight.
asters up.
See the sunlight.
Tick tock on the clock. Till it turn. Wait, what?
But the party don't stop. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, whoa, oh.
We should probably keep going because, need I remind you, there is an actual clock up right now.
Yeah.
Tick tock. 100%. We're doing so
So
good.
what's being said to us? Because we don't know about this chaos in your Astir.
No, 100% calls in the... Sprocket, don't jump. We're calling in the captain. Well,
Is that what we hear? Is Rocket don't jump?
No, yeah, she presses the button or whatever. Captain, hurry fast.
Is something the matter?
We need to call the others in. It looks like they have a missile underneath the ground, deep underneath there. Which is
A
no good.
missile
Sprocket wants to
or
jump.
a rocket.
That's correct. Sprocket wants to jump. I don't want her to jump.
Rocket, do not jump.
Thank you. You will stay inside the armor where your flesh will not get hurt.
What makes you think you would survive that, dear?
She's got a parachute. They've got a parachute.
Just because
Where
there's
did they
a
get a
parachute
parachute?
doesn't mean that there's not people
I
on
don't
the ground.
know. I don't know. Anyways,
So-
the from what looks like the area behind it is a docking bay, a silo. There's a big old missile-shaped thing down under there, which is no good. There's a couple of Asters walking around. There's foot people. What do you call them? Pedestrians? Wandering around.
Civilians.
Civilian. Who knows if they're civilians?
They are uniformed.
Are they in uniform?
They are they all seem to
Okay.
be they all seem to be in some form of uniform. Some of most of them it's more of a worker uniform, more like sort of a jumpsuit kind of here to work on a thing rather than
Okay, so they're like
I am ready
employee.
yeah, more technician than soldier.
Yeah.
However, there are still plenty of uniformed shepherd soldiers walking around as well.
Right.
Listen,
Apparently,
all I'm
this-
hearing is that if we open fire, it's not a war crime.
That's beside the point, Captain. According to...
To be fair, your existence is technically a war crime.
That's okay.
Only if we
Once again,
lose.
beside the point. Only if you lose. History is
It's
rewritten
only-
by the winners.
It's
We
only
just
a
gotta
war
win.
crime if you lose the war.
Exactly.
It's only a war crime the first time.
No, it's not a war
It's
crime
only
the
a war
first
crime the
time.
second time. Yeah, it's not a war crime the first time. It's only
Thank
a war
you,
crime
Canada.
the second time. Yes, thank you, Canada.
It's in like a sub
All
basement.
right.
Apparently, it's a couple 100 feet big. Like this is a massive, massive missile, which is where the
Or
concern
rocket.
is. This missile rocket shaped thing is legitimately massive.
Is that the only intelligence we have so far?
It's deep down there in a sub basement, and it's a massive missile shaped object. That's what the sonar could pick up.
Any hope for infiltration?
I'm not entirely sure how one would get down there.
Rocket. Just the parachute.
No.
Valentine will raise his hand and be like, Captain, if
Who's going
If
to raise their
it's-
hand?
Aren't you Draco?
God damn it.
Yeah, Draco.
Draco.
I'm with you.
Wrong game! I know I'm
Wrong
here.
game. Wrong game.
I know I'm your DM for that, but
Yeah, I know. Draco will raise his hand and be like, Captain, if I need to, I can use Alexander's invisibility tech to get a upper hand of the situation if we need to. Because if there is already a threat down there, we may want to still keep a stealth thing.
To destroy it, yes.
Question. Do we have the capability to intercept their communications? Yeah.
No. You
It'd be on a completely different switch.
You would need to be. You would need to get inside. You would need to get inside and somehow fiddle with their internal communication systems in order to intercept them.
is there any way that we can get the missile top open and I can shoot down it?
Again, you would need
Like
someone. You would need someone on the
open the
inside for
silo.
that.
We can't physically damage it enough.
I mean, you could blow it open if you wanted to try.
But
But
blowing something near a big old missile doesn't sound
So,
particularly.
and
I don't know. That sounds like a great idea.
Well-
as long as we're not in the vicinity.
but that's just it. You would be in the vicinity, and
That explosion range is going to be way too fucking big.
Yeah.
right, if that thing is explosive,
Well, here's the thing.
there's a
I've
non-zero.
got
If
Yeah.
that is
Spell cannon.
explosive, there's a non-zero chance of that quite literally blowing up in your face.
which is why I asked.
Yes.
Question.
To get in.
Would we have on the Beetlebug?
Beetlebug.
Would we have shepherd uniforms?
You want to fake it till we make it?
You know what? Roll for it.
How many layers of costumes do you have on, Sprocket?
What am I rolling?
Hold on. Let me see.
Should I be rolling for it or should Cohran be rolling for it?
Actually, roll. Cohran, roll plus crew.
Plus crew.
How much crew do we have? How much crew?
2 crew, I think.
Yeah,
I
we
thought
have.
we were at max.
Yeah, which is 2 crew.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, wait, no, we have 1 crew.
Is it 2d6? Well,
Yes, 2d6 plus crew.
Do we have 2 crew or do we have 1 crew?
I thought we had 2,
I thought
but
the captain had it written down, but I could be wrong.
no, we have 2.
Okay.
okay.
I need to update
That's
my
a-
notes.
That's a 7.
That is a 7.
7?
Okay.
That's right, we need dice.
Yeah,
Very
the
important.
dice are generally important for
Very important, yes.
TTRPGs.
Need the dice to roll on the tabletops.
You have 2.
Perfect.
Golly.
You know what? I will. So, actually, you know what? You have 2 technician uniforms. You don't have any soldier uniforms.
Okay, technician.
Exactly what I need.
All All right.
Is
Great.
one of them Zafara-sized?
Neither.
Or
of
could be
them are.
belted approximately.
I have scissors.
With enough belts
Hold
and
on.
enough ribbon, you can do anything you want.
Have-
Tragic.
And
Nick, I
we-
would like to remind you, you willingly dated this.
That's not a look of regret. That's a look
Yeah,
of.
not
dating
joy.
a Zafara! Wait a second. Captain, I think the Asters need to engage the Shepherd's Asters, but we've got to go in
Okay, so have a
to try to
distraction.
take stuff down on the inside.
Okay, so you want an Astir fight outside to keep everyone's attention up front and over here, while somebody goes in probably through the hangars or something down into the silo to fuck around? Okay.
She charges up the arc welder
Yeah.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. Come here.
Sprocket, I'm not letting you go in by yourself.
I figured it would be you and me, Captain.
Meanwhile, Locus sees their Astir open up, and the captain just steps in.
Feels like, let me in there.
Are you grabbing the 2 technician uniforms?
Golly. Oh no. Okay.
So
2 technician
Lacus-
uniforms, a parachute, and his fucking gun.
Golly. Okay, sure. This is gonna be great.
Am
so,
I dropping you off, or am I also supposed to get in the...
Oh, I thought the Astir pilots were standing by in their Astors.
No, we are. That's why I'm asking. I'm in my pilot uniform and everything, and you open the Astir, like, it's like, am I supposed to go change?
I've literally just been sitting, just waiting to get the okay if I need to drop down or not. That's what I'm waiting on right now.
Cohran, you're just you go from the bridge to the oh my god,
Hangar bay.
hangar. Thank
Hangar.
you. Hey, that's what I was gonna say dock, but I knew that was wrong. Yeah, the hangar bay. Irina, your first mate, is gonna sort of stop. Captain, where are you going?
On the hunt. You have the con.
Golly.
Aye, Captain. So,
Captain's out in the field! Captain's out in the field!
Captain's back in his Astir, technically, as well.
This is such a bad idea, but
This
goddamn
is such
it,
a bad
I love it.
idea. It's so good,
Why
but
are
so
we
bad.
going with the Kirk method?
This is great.
It
feels right.
Wrong?
Feels
Am I
right.
wrong? I have the white shirt on today. I have my Accident Fanfilm freaking shirt on today.
Because where it says you lead with on my character sheet, I picked gut feeling.
okay.
Oh lord.
All right, I love it. Anyway, so,
Draco, Locus, launch.
All right, Captain.
I sortie.
What do you say?
Oh, that's right.
Fuck off!
Your whole
not even
chest and
joking.
everything.
I was about to
That
say,
is my
that's not-
launch
Yeah, that's
code.
your actual launch. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Guess it's time to ignite the flame. And then he just hits his chest
So
really hard.
dramatic. I love how you just get like the biggest fuck off and then decide, time to ignite. The energies are so
yes,
Get your butt out my face.
truly a spirited fighter in the cockpit of this fiery Astir. Time to ignite.
time to ignite. It's
I-
so good.
Is this a good plan? Absolutely not. but this is a
That's why
tabletop
I
role-playing
said it
game.
with so little enthusiasm.
This is a
I'm
tabletop
already
role-playing game.
pissed.
They're not supposed to be good plans. They're supposed to be fun plans.
I was gonna say like.
And hell yeah. Don't eat that. You'll die.
Do you play to win or do you play to tell a good story?
This is gonna
Yeah.
be a sortie to end all sorties.
Listen, the captain should never be in the field. Ever.
Yeah.
But that would be boring. So he's gonna parachute in with a little Zafara and fucking and open this place so that we can detonate a missile.
This will be great.
So
What could go wrong?
what do you do?
Can I
So-
activate my chameleon cloak?
Absolutely.
Okay, so right before it, he drops it with inside of Alexander, he automatically turns on the chameleon cloak so that way he can be as sneaky as fucking possible for this.
Okay. All
Am I
right.
supposed
I
to
just
roll?
try to be as sneaky as fucking possible in this because I unfortunately do not have a cloak.
Okay, so if we're trying to be sneaky, do we want Draco to join Electo? We drop some crazy on like the hangars or something, freak him out, and then Lacus comes in. Because Lacus is not going to be sneaky. If we want to do sneak, get in there, catch him off guard, and then Lacus comes in.
That's the most logical thing I would think.
Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Captain, might I suggest you move to Draco's Astir instead?
Didn't we already launch?
Yeah, technically. Never mind.
Just hot potato the captain. Just chuck him from one to the other. It'll be fine.
No, Locus, just pull up right beside them. I'll hop out.
Just yeets himself out.
I mean,
Whoa.
I've seen weirder shit in Gundam.
Yeet. This actually seems like a Zoid's movement right here, where he's jumping mid-air from one to another. Like, this is fusion vibes I'm getting right now.
We could just have him, like, open the chest, have him get on the hand of the Astir, and
Just hot potato.
yeah.
Hot potato. Oops.
I have a
Because if the
parachute,
captain
it's
needs
not
to
a
get
big
in
deal.
stealthily,
You
it's
got it.
not with me. It's not. Let's just be honest. I am the fucking big guns. I come in and I hit shit.
Yeah.
All right, we can just hand off
So
the.
can we go backwards and just have it so so Nick's in my Cohran's in my Astir before I drop and activate the cloak?
Sorry, what's going on?
I was asking
question.
DM if we can go backwards a couple steps.
Rewind a little bit,
Yeah.
retcon something.
Yeah, to re-retcon and have Cohran in my Astir to make it easier for him to sneak in.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Okie dokie. Okay,
Go
so
for it.
plan is you're going to come in. We're going to sneakily drop off our crazies with the parachutes. Then we're going to go off, do a surprise thing to startle them, and then Lacus comes in, and we're going to do distraction work while those two figure something out.
Okay.
I love making plans. I love watching them crumble around me. It makes me feel so stable and so mentally sound. Doesn't give
Excuse me, there
anxiety
are
at
three.
all.
There. Shall I remind you of the steps of a plan?
Excuse me.
You make the
No,
plan.
I'm aware.
You execute the plan. Something goes wrong.
Yep.
We forget the plan.
Okay.
Yep.
We throw away the
So we're on
plan.
step
Four
2
steps.
currently.
So, who's flying in?
So it'd be Draco and Cohran would be going in because
Flying first.
if we're using my Astra and my cloak to get down would be the easiest.
Okay. Lissa, what?
What is the terrain around this town?
The terrain around this town, there is a. It's mostly sort of grassland kind of areas, expansive plains, some hilly areas. Behind it, though, sort of behind the outer wall, on the opposite side of the front gate of this village, is because, like I said, it is all entirely walled off. There is a forest. With fairly dense tree cover, with all sort of like leading to one rather large tree in the center. Very if you think of like, what are some examples, like the Great Deku tree in Legend of Zelda, or oh my god, what's the name of that big in World of Warcraft, Teldrassil.
You know better than I.
There's like one like giant tree in the center of it.
Okay. Where is the silo thing in relation to the wall?
It's fairly close. It's at the very back of the village, sort of like right up against, like almost not necessarily right against the wall, but there's nothing between the silo and or where you have seen the silo, where you've detected the silo and the outer wall.
Okay, so would I be able to see the silo if I got on top of the tree? Also, I would hope
I was
with
going
the tree
to
being
say,
that big, could it hold me?
Yes.
But
are
I
you
don't
going
know.
to tree climb it and Astir?
It is.
I might.
Oh gosh.
It is definitely thick. You would imagine that it is
Thicker
thick
than a
enough
Snicker?
to. Yeah, it is. It would be thick and sturdy enough, especially towards the center, to support an Astir.
Okay.
So she's gonna
Then
think-
could I post a sniper position up there?
Not really, because the problem is
That's what I needed to know.
in order for you to get for you to find an area that would be sturdy enough to position your Astir, would be in an area that is
Too dense.
there would be too much foliage cover for you to get a good bead on, for you to get a good shot at wherever this was at the silo. You could definitely use it as sort of an ambush point if you wanted, and like wait for a command, wait for a word from your allies or something like that to engage, but you couldn't sit back here and take pot shots.
Okay. Then I think I'm gonna position myself up in that tree for ambush point.
Okay.
And try to keep an eye on things as best I can through my scope.
Sure. Okay, so when you get up there, roll plus sense for me.
Roll plus sense. That's great. Okay, it helps if I actually roll it on the table, doesn't it? But I'll keep that roll.
No, it's supposed to hover in the air.
That is a 10. No, actually it's a 9 because there's a -1 on it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Annoying.
So you are able to sort of. It's not enough. It's not so much to you. You don't have a clear shot at the silo from here, but you can make out some of the stuff that's happening in and around the factory.
Okay, so I could try to keep, like, hold their 6 essentially.
You can basically you have enough visual to know when shit is going down. You don't have enough visual to be a valid sniper right here, unless somebody walked across like this little 10 foot by 10 foot square.
Okay. But I could at least get the gist of between the comms and what I'm seeing.
Yes.
All right, I need to get the fuck in.
However, on that note, that was a read the room roll. That was I just had you roll for read the room. So on a 7 to 9, you get to ask one of the following questions: Who has the upper hand here? What is being overlooked or obscured here? Where do my hooks pull? Where do my hooks pull me here? How does X really feel? What is X's approach? How is X at risk or in peril? Or where can I find X?
What is being overlooked?
What is being overlooked or obscured here?
That feels like the most necessary question to get answered.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What is being overlooked or obscured here? You watching the sort of comings and goings of the people in this at this factory. You, like I said, you see the technicians and you see the soldiers. But there seems to be one more group. This is... They seem to be dressed very well. Everyone else seems to be sort of they're in their sort of military camo things, carrying weapons. So other people are sort of in their sort of jumpsuits to do work. There is one more group. You do see one. They're definitely the rarest of the bunch here.
The peacocks.
Do we have some of their leadership here?
Ooh.
You don't really know who they are. Because they're not dressed in finery in the sense of it being like royalty or leadership or anything like that. But it's definitely, put it this way. You know how when you look at any sort of military base in real life, you'll see people, like I said, in jumpsuits doing work. You'll see the soldiers that are in their sort of camos to stand guard. But every once in a while, you'll see that guy in his blues with the cap kind of thing. It's that kind of energy.
Okay, so dress blues sort of situation.
That's sort of energy, but it is a sort of a this particular uniform, it's like a cream color, and there's like a series of sigils sort of running down one side of the jacket.
Hey guys.
And every once in a while there is you see, and there's one of them in particular actually that catches your eye. Who he's hiding it because with the long pants. But if you weren't an imposter yourself, you probably wouldn't have caught it.
He's limping too.
Well, see, this is it. He's not limping. It's just how as he's
the
walking,
gate is off.
It's as he's walking, the way the pants sort of like catch on whatever whatever his prosthetic leg is made of.
Mm-hmm.
It's fully covered, but it's like that's not a flesh and bone leg under there.
Yeah. Like, hey, I recognize that walk. I do that walk.
Yeah.
That's my prosthetic is uncomfortable right now. Walk.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Ooh.
Be careful. They confirmed to have Astir pilots on board.
Like beyond the ones that are already on guard?
Like, they have someone special that, like me.
Well, as long as we keep him out of their Astir. That makes him a lot more step-uponable.
Steppopotamus.
Sapapapapia.
Hungry, hungry hippos.
All right.
This will be fine.
Draco and Cohran, how are you approaching?
Do I have to roll for the cloak or no?
I don't think you do.
Let me relook up the
Let's
thing.
see.
I think the only reason why
Chameleon cloak. They
Abby
can't.
/ Soup had to was because of the situation, since it was like a one-time deal.
No, yeah. It was one of Sprocket's things, so Sprocket had to do a thing in order to do it. I think
Become invisible.
Chameleon does its own thing.
It specifically says become invisible for a scene. The next risk you take is revealed.
Okay. Okay.
So while waiting for the gang to arrive, I think Electo's going to start in the Astir looking for a place where the gang can drop off our fake technician.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, as you guys start landing, was like, okay, where's a place I can drop you off and you're not going to be seen?
Yes.
There is plenty of tree cover. Like I said, there's that forest behind the place. It does mean that they are going to have to walk. They have to go on foot to find a way in through the wall. But that's what their disguises are for.
Right.
Yeah,
So they can
that
cross
was
the open space without getting noticed.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask how far in is the forest area for me to try to land to let Cohran out so he can meet up.
Do you guys want to set a point in the forest to meet, so that you can basically organize a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
once Electo's like, okay, this is where I'm posted. Get over here.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
On my mark, kind of thing.
Right. 100%.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys designate a point in
Tree cover.
Yeah. So this is kind of an interesting situation because, like, from what I'm looking at the rules here, there doesn't seem to be a lot in the way of like stealth rolls or anything like that. So it's basically you guys are kind of like, it works for the time being until it doesn't, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Actually,
that's
no,
why
you know what?
asking that question, because
Yeah.
I was wondering how that would work.
Actually, you know what? Draco.
Hmm.
Yeah, because weather the storm is the role to do something under significant pressure, and being spotted is a bit of pressure. So you're being pressured to not be seen. So you know what? I'm gonna have you, roll plus defy.
Fine. Okay. What am I plus this? That is a 9 total because 10 minus 1.
Okay. Okay, you succeed, but at some cost. It'll keep you occupied longer than you thought. The director will ask you to make a difficult choice, or you'll burn a point of spotlight as you take a dramatic action. So
Maybe the landing is a little rough.
Well, you fly overhead, and there is a moment of make a difficult choice, or you'll burn a point of spotlight as you take dramatic action. So here's the difficult choice.
Okay.
You can you fly in lower than Electo did. Now, Electo, you managed to stay high enough to make sure that you stayed out of any potential radar detection. Draco, you flew in a bit low.
Mm.
You can either overcorrect, which means you're going to sort of land farther away from the rest of the group because you need to get out of there real fast. Or you can sort of sail past them and have to sort of go into action right now as you call, because you're going to have to call for backup immediately.
Knowing he's already like frustrated about the situation, he'll probably go with the he's getting ready for action situation.
Okay.
So probably like as like he's going in, he just opens the chest piece real quick so that way the captain can get out and he's just like, go, I'll handle this.
So this is what's gonna happen. As you touch down at the appointed meeting area, a couple of seconds before, hold on, I have the name. I have your Astir. A couple of seconds before Alexander touches down, you hear alarms go off. And then, once again, at the designated area, Alexander touches down. What do you do from here?
Are we at throw away the plan already? Gosh darn it.
No, what I'll do is I'll be the distraction. Captain, you get out, run as fast as you can to go meet with the rest of the crew. I'll be the distraction to keep everyone's guard on me.
You're meeting with the rest of the crew. You touch down at the
We're
air.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm trying to move out of the way, wouldn't I have to leave the area?
Oh, so I'm sorry. When you said the jumping into action option, that was no. You can either overcorrect so you don't have to immediately jump into action, or you stay flying low and you have to jump into action because the alarms are going off.
Oh, okay.
This is your difficult choice.
Okay, I thought it was meaning as in like I'm automatically okay. I misread that. My bad.
That's
okay. So what's the plan?
The first one.
You're gonna overcorrect.
Okay, plan is to overcorrect.
Overcorrect.
Got it.
Overcorrect.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I thought it was meaning either A, I have to instantly go straight into fight mode and let the captain get out with the rest of the people, or we're meeting farther out was what I thought was.
No. It's like you need to. So basically what it means is you're not going to trigger the alarm, but it's a close one, and like you realize like a little bit too late. It's like no alarms go off, but you may have been seen. You're not sure.
Might have blipped on the radar first.
Yeah, there might have been a bit of a, hey, what was that?
Right.
So actually, you know what? And we're even going to do that just because this is a game that encourages sort of those little meanwhile scenes. There is going to be that moment of like, hey, did you see that? And someone like looks over on the radar. Like, what is it? There's a little there's a blip there for a minute. Something sort of flying in our airspace.
Maybe it's a really big duck.
And someone and the other one kind of just looks out in the sky. It's like, I don't know, maybe it was just a sore whale or something like that.
Big duck.
Big duck.
Yeah. So, but they while no alarms have been sounded, the people that are keeping an eye out for things are going to be keeping an eye out for things.
Right.
So it's not what's the we'll put it in Metal Gear Solid terms. This isn't exclamation point. This is question mark.
Yeah.
Right. Some of them are aware that, something might be weird. They might be watching a little
Right.
closer. That's fine. Okay.
Yellow alert.
Caution.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Um
A blinking yellow light
So,
and a blinking red light are not the
and
same.
now you can reconvene with the group.
Okay.
And
Reconvene.
Cohran, you were flying with Draco, weren't you?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Any commentary on this on this performance? Or Draco, do you have anything to say to your captain about about what's going on here? Given the fact that you two seem to have a bit of a somewhat contentious relationship at the moment.
That's right.
I would think maybe he's slightly distracted with the captain being in his Astir with him. So that's probably why he effed up the way that he did. And so he's just like focused, and then when he realizes that he fucks up, he just goes, shit, 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 shit. And then if Captain wants to say anything, Captain can say whatever about the criticism.
The captain's going to pat Draco on the shoulder and just say,
Not the disappointed.
Son of a bitch.
Enough said. Enough said.
I'm not mad.
Don't-
I'm just disappointed, okay?
Don't dwell on it, Draco. I made mistakes like that when I was first getting started too. Open up, and I'll hop out here.
Get him!
Damn.
Good shit. Get him!
This is
Fucking damn.
listen. I'm
good shit.
picturing Dad watching his son's little league game and just he went 0 for 3 on the mound. I mean, you went 0 for 3 in the batter's box. You couldn't catch worth a damn.
Okay.
Tragic.
Okay. Listen, Nick. I need you to
triggered
keep your
something in Will.
focus on the game and stop attacking your storyteller, okay?
I was gonna say, Will, did you feel personally called out by that?
But that was my entire Little League experience, okay?
Got some trauma! Trauma!
Mom, I would rather be home reading comic books and playing Nintendo. Why the fuck am I here?
Don't worry, I was taking inspiration from when I played soccer.
Oh, I hated soccer.
I wasn't much better at soccer.
Oh, I hated soccer.
I enjoyed
Run,
soccer.
why?
I enjoyed
So we
soccer,
win.
but I
Why do
sucked
I
at
care?
it.
I hated
In
soccer.
2nd grade, I had one game where I was a really good goalie, and then I realized that you should be scared of balls.
Glorious. Fucking glorious. See, I just did track.
Anyway.
Ugh. Draco, open the chassis. I'll jump out here.
Golly.
Thank you for the PG numbers. I was looking for the phrasing button.
Emotional damage.
Teeth and just instantly opens it.
Anyway,
good.
so you're
So good.
you're opening the cockpit to let the captain out.
Meow.
Yeah.
You do make it to the designated the drop zone with the rest of the group. So
Fucking leap of faith out. Fall for a little bit before opening the chute.
Wait, we're on the ground. You're
Yeah,
on the ground.
We're on the ground.
touching down.
Fucking leap of faith out. Land in a pile of leaves.
Superhero landing.
Yeah, 3-point landing.
Listen, you give me a chance to have an AC reference, I'm going to reference Assassin's Creed. I have been playing that non-stop lately.
Good for you.
You
Nice.
know.
Live your dreams.
So
Sprocket, here you go.
Uh-huh.
Sprocket, I would like you
Energy.
because do you have
You're so
any
small.
particular artificer moves that might help you here, or is this just going to be a basic weather the storm thing? Because you do kind of have to make these adjustments really quick.
I mean, all I have is jury rigging when you take random parts or objects and attempt to create something useful out of them. Otherwise, it's just to weather the storm.
Yeah, we'll call this weather the storm.
Okay.
Except because it is based on your... Because it's based on your skills with tools, I'm going to say it's going to be plus no.
Okay. Cool. All right. That is a 10.
You managed to make it to safety. I mean, you make it safely. So as you're sort of like fiddling with it and sort of... by the time you get to the front gate, you will have a function... You will be dressed functionally as a technician of this for this factory.
Holding my arc wielder.
Yep. So, while Sprocket and Cohran are making their way to the front area, what are the rest of you doing?
Draco's probably gonna do a perimeter
So,
perimeter check.
also, what exactly is the plan? Are you waiting for them to get in before you jump out, or?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get in, and then once they're in, I'll start doing a perimeter check to make sure everything is.
Okay.
Wait. You can chase us in. Start firing at us, and it'll look like
Yeah,
you're
that
trying
would lend
to.
legitimacy to them.
The other thing is, remember, Draco, unless you took subsystems, you can't use your cloaking thing again. You had the once per sortie.
Yeah, you already used it. So as soon as you do a reaction to anything,
Did you have any Did you have any leftover power?
I should. That was the only thing I had
That was
for
the only thing you
the
took?
app.
Okay. All right, then yeah, you should have plenty of power to run the subsystems and refresh your chameleon thing if you need to.
Okay, so if we have to do it that way, then yeah, because the only thing I got is by sword. So
Fine, I'll shoot them. Can I see where they're at from my tree spot? Well,
I do not like how enthusiastic my crew is to shoot at me.
it's fine.
it's
Be
fine.
fair,
I didn't miss
Captain.
you on
It
purpose.
might be me.
Okay, hold on. Let's see what we got here.
Besides, it's good target practice.
I'm having a brain moment
You all
right
right?
now. Yeah.
Let's take a 10-minute bio break.
Yeah, we'll take a 10 minute.
We got 2.
and step away for a second. We'll be back in just a few minutes, gang. Thanks for being here. Where's the... Be right back. There it is. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for appreciate your patience. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for hanging out. So, I think with our new plan of trying to get our captain and artificer into the this shepherd factory, seeing as this is sort of a new plan, I think I kind of feel like we may want to do another lead a sortie roll.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, it makes sense.
when you lead
it's no
the
longer
group-
just the two, it's now multiple people.
Yeah, when you lead the group into battle, get in the robot when you're not supposed to, or otherwise take action that would move the game from downtime to a sortie, you're leading a sortie. When you, well, I mean, I guess we're already in a sortie, so.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, never mind that. So, how do you? Well, to ask every DM's favorite question, how do you want to do this?
Right.
I'm going to shoot at the heels of our technician and our captain, purposefully trying to avoid hitting them.
How far
Rocket,
away
are
are
you
you
a good
guys
actor?
before you start doing this?
Did you just call me Rocket?
I said Sprocket.
Okay. Well,
Because we're
Okay.
about to be shot at.
so here's the important thing. You need to start thumping while we're still in the trees. And then we start running. We come out of the trees and we start running our butts off. And then you come shooting through the trees and you go boom, 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 boom.
Brilliant.
I'm sure that made sense in your head, Sprocket. In actuality, I think I should probably stay up here and not give away my location more than I have to for now.
Well, no, you guys are causing a distraction so that
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to go in. The three of you are gonna have to go attack immediately after this. Because they'll know that an attack is coming.
Because basically the idea here is that if they try to stop either of these two and say, like, let me see your credentials, let me see your badge, let me see whatever, then they're going to have to fight through it in some capacity.
We have to create an emergency, like just get
If
him
the
in.
three of you are attacking at the same time, you are clearly the bigger threat. Yeah, you two go. Sound the
Thank you,
alarm.
Nick.
We're under attack.
But it needs to sound like it started farther in the forest. So that's why you gotta start thumping.
I'm
Well, I
in
could
the giant tree.
Well, that's why I could be the one
Shoot.
stomping because I'm in cloak mode still. So
And shoot into the air. The sound of
Bang, bang.
the sound of gunfire.
Right, just the sound of gunfire.
Yep.
Shake the ground, shoot into the
yeah,
air.
so
freak 'em out.
I'll be doing the stompy. You be doing the shooty.
All right, Sprocket, are you ready?
Ready?
Oh Lord.
Put the
Oh,
gun
Lord.
away for now.
I'm ready.
All right.
Captain, what's the name of your goddess again?
So this is what I'm
What's
gonna
the name of my what?
Captain, what's the name of your goddess again?
Lunas?
Lunas.
Pray. Okay. Okay, let's go.
So this is what I'm gonna say. I'm going to for either Sprocket or Cohran, I would like you to roll Weather the Storm. In this case, it's going to be plus no. Because it's through quick thinking or the ace up your sleeve.
I got a 3 and no.
Sprocket,
Okay.
I have a 0. Sprocket, Captain doesn't know a whole lot.
Now, one of our channelers, I would like one of you to roll help or hinder. When you attempt to lend aid to someone or interfere with their ability to make a roll, you are trying to help or hinder. When you do so, roll. You get +1 if you spent meaningful time together during downtime, +1 if they've helped or hindered you previously in this sortie, or +1 if they're part of one of your hooks.
So me.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll 2d6. And did you spend meaningful time with one of them during downtime? Cohran or Sprocket?
Oh, not with Cohran or Sprocket. No, I was thinking the cat. Well, the captain was in the.
During downtime.
Yeah, but that wasn't during
Oh, no,
during
oh no, that wasn't during downtime. So no. So then that wouldn't work.
Okay.
Me, so no.
I know, Electo, you spent some time with Sprocket during downtime.
That is true.
Yes, Elector did.
The most beloved Sprocket.
Okay.
Yes, the help and the hindering.
So, all right. So go ahead and roll. If that's the case, give me a roll and add +1 to it.
Okay. Last one. Let's see.
And do you have a gravity clock with the character?
With Sprocket.
What is it's a +1, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
You can roll that instead. Don't forget, if you're making a roll that involves a person that you share a gravity clock with, you can roll the value of the gravity clock instead of whatever. And that will actually advance the clock as well.
Right. Trying to find the help or hinder thing so I can get my eyes on this. There it is.
Page 24 in the book.
Okay. So I would get a +2 if I just do a normal help or hinder. Right? Because if they're part of one of your hook, you get a +1 if one of your hooks, and +1 if you spend time together during
Is
downtime.
Sprocket part of one of your hooks?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What is the hook?
Wait, I think gravity clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a gravity.
I got myself twisted. That's my bad.
Yeah, so it's so either way you're going to roll +1. However,
No, yeah.
if you do
either way it's +1.
right, but if you do it with the gravity clock, it's going to advance the gravity clock, which will get you closer to an advancement.
That is true. Let's do clock.
Okay. So what does it look like for you to help or hinder? Describe your action of what you are going to do to help Sprocket specifically.
Help Sprocket specifically. As they're running away and Loxus is shooting into the air.
Stomp.
All sorts of stompity stomps. Oh my gosh.
Throw one of the stuffed ducks into the sky and shoot it so that it's just a shower of feathers.
Make it seem like something got hit by.
Start off cloaked.
There's ducks everywhere.
Love that.
Start off cloaked, and then as you're like stomping closer, uncloak so that basically there's going to be that moment of confusion with the security guard saying like, what the hell is that sound? And then shit, we're under attack.
Right. I love that actually.
Yes.
So what I roll to
love that actually.
Surprise them.
You don't roll anything. You
just do it.
Just do it.
Say the cue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's honestly this isn't technically a new scene, so it automatically wore off. So you're not cloaked anymore.
Okay.
You would have to spend a point of energy and activate subsystems to use it again.
Okay.
By the way,
I'm just trying
12.
to figure out how
Nice.
to do it, you know.
Oh, you got a 12. Okay.
I got a 12 on my no roll.
Okay. So
love that.
So frankly, it doesn't really matter if
if you get
Doesn't
advantage
matter.
or
It's
disadvantage,
awesome.
it is.
It's awesome.
You're already doing so good. Dang, you rolled so well.
Yeah. All right, so you two.
Beautiful.
Actually, you know what? Hold on just a second. I just realized the music is it's a little bit pensive for this. Because we're about to dive
Gotta
into
get a little
some
more action.
action. Yeah, let's see. Hey Wes, tell me what you have for
Wes.
artist playlist here. Let's see, we've got Tense. That's what we're listening to right now. Spooky Combat, D&D Combat. Here we go. Let's combat music.
Okay. Combat. Get a little
So
peppy.
yes, charging in, opening fire, making a grand old show of the whole thing.
Yes.
You
Beautiful.
yeah, and it goes off exactly as you planned. There's a couple of guards standing there holding assault rifles, and as you're charging up, like, let us in. Then they sort of like ready their weapons, and then when that shimmer sort of like deflects, it happens like one pane of glass at a time on Electos that just sort of like they all sort of like shimmer a little bit and eventually like shimmer into view, and they're like,
Yeah.
shit, we're under attack. They slam the button, alarms sound everywhere. They try to open fire on Electo. Of course, this is handheld guns versus an Astir, not really gonna do much.
Right. But in a panic, what else are they gonna
Exactly.
do? A glass monstrosity appeared out of nowhere. What
Right.
the fuck? As you do.
So
And like those said, just, how do I look intimidating?
I was gonna say it's
Ugh.
alarms. Alarms are sounding.
Here we go.
Lakis, from your position, you can hear through the sound of the alarms. You can hear like the scurrying of soldiers on the field, and you hear the telltale sound of Astir's powering up.
Where are they exactly? Like in relation to me? For like
Where are who?
the Astirs? Do I hear? Like
They're inside.
can I do like a sense check or something?
They're inside the walls. They're inside
walls.
the like within the city walls. You're sort of still up in your perch in the in that massive tree in the forest, and yeah, you can hear Astir's powering up.
Okay. I'm not sure this technically counts right now, because I feel like this is probably the start of a sortie, because it says during downtime scene, I can take my Astir to lead a sortie for Don't Follow Me. So that doesn't apply here, does it?
No. We are in
Doesn't
the
sound like
sortie.
Okay.
Sortie is now.
Then I'm gonna fucking run in and start trying to see what the situation is for the Astirs.
All right, run in or fly in?
forward. Fly in.
Okay. All right. You and Draco, what are you doing?
Pretty much I would do the whole act of me charging forward. And the second that they start shooting, I'll use a power to instantly try to reignition the chameleon circuit again.
Reactivate it using subsystems?
Yeah, to reactivate it.
Okay.
And try to run to the side to try luring one to a different area.
Okay. How much power do you have?
I have 3.
Yeah, and that's after this use?
After this use, it'll be at 2.
Down to 2. Okay. Okay, cool. So you show up and immediately disappear.
Yep.
Ooh.
Electa, what are you Electa, what are you doing?
Let's.
Are you going to keep charging in towards the place, or are you going to try to lead them away?
I think she's going to take like a few steps more and then kind of act like, oh, they're getting too close in there, no reason, and then start trying to draw them away. Because if she's like, oh, freaking them out, let's get them away.
Okay. And Lakis, what about you?
Follow in a few steps and then start going in a different direction.
I thought I was flying forward. Like
Are you charging into this village towards the factory?
Yeah, she going ball deep in.
Okay. All right. So we've got one person going in. We've got one person going in, one person coming out, and one person that's just disappeared. Beautiful. Love this. I love acting with a cohesive party. Okay. Let's.
Okay, one's going in towards the
right.
active shooters in the direction of our in team. One disappeared into nothing, and the other one's like, okay, I'm gonna draw them off over this way. Okay, sure.
Divide and conquer.
We're divided.
I was gonna say get conquered.
I can't be stealthy in this thing. It's too big, and I'm too
no
well
one's stealthy
known as an
except for
Astir.
Draco anymore.
I was gonna say and that's like the one instance of stealth that Electo had is used. It's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no more stealth except for Draco.
But given that my Astir had been
Electo and Lacus,
previously
we
well
are
known
clear.
because of our captain, I kind of need to be the, hey, look at me! Come get me!
Right. So you're gonna do that in the middle of the village?
Not in the middle, but I'm going forward to the wall.
Oh. Okay.
To the windows, to the wall.
It's in my head too.
I know, it's so unfortunate.
Goddamn! Now the whole fucking song's in my head.
The window! To the wall!
To the wall.
To the feathers as they fall!
Tragic. Tragic. I feel like I took psychic damage and we're not even playing D&D. Oh my gosh.
That's the great thing about this group is I can just wind them up and let them go. Like top tier top tier content creation here. Just let the rest of them create the content for you.
It's like, we'll entertain ourselves. You can sit there and think for a little bit. We're entertaining ourselves.
Look. We're here to tell a story, and sometimes the DM needs a second to read.
Sometimes you need to stop, let it drop. We're doing great. Doing so well.
All right.
We're definitely causing a scene, which is what we need to do.
And
We're definitely causing a scene.
And as you do this, so Lakis, you end up flying in over the village in towards the factory. We'll say.
As I'm doing this, to be clear, I'm putting my sniper away and getting my pistol and my sword, since I'm going to be in close combat.
Okay. Are you just gonna fly around above it, or are you gonna touch down somewhere?
I'm going to attack the fucking wall!
Okay.
You're trying to Berlin this shit? Okay, sure.
Yeah! Tear down this wall! Gorbachev! Ich bin ein Berliner! I am a
We're
jelly
going-
donut!
Full Jericho. Let's go.
All right. So you
This will be fine.
charge through, and
This'll
you
be
end up
fine.
charging basically through the wall near
Kool-Aid
the,
Man. Kool-Aid Man, that shit.
Lacus is Kool-Aid Man confirmed.
You charge through the wall near the silo. Sort of like and with that, I will have you roll.
Flash.
Let's see. No, you know what?
Squirrel.
All the thoughts are trapped
Actually, you
in
know
the beard.
what?
That's why it's the shake and loose.
Roll plus defy.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
It's going to be defy because you're not like clash is for combat, and that's this is not really combat. This is just destruction.
Wanton destruction.
Pretty much.
That is an 11.
An 11. All right, yeah, you managed to plow through that wall. You see the forest on the far side, and as you do, you turn around.
But do I see the forest through the trees, Will?
Yes. Well, at the very least, until you turn around and then see the Asters that have been mobilized to intercept you.
Okay.
There are 4 of them.
Yep.
Oh, they doubled. Great.
Yeah, there are the 2 that were already patrolling, and then 2 more were mobilized.
Excuse you, Cat. This is mine.
Electo, what are you doing?
Huh?
You
Okay.
trying to lead them away?
Yeah.
You said? Okay.
Trying to at least draw somebody attention away, so...
Okay. Well, if that's how you're going to do that, I'm going to call that an exchange blows roll. When you charge it, so when you do, advance a gravity clock if you have one, and then and roll plus clash or plus talk, whichever is more appropriate. In this case, it's going to be plus clash. So and yeah, there are 2 Asters that sort of fly out from somewhere in the city to follow after you. If you roll,
Okie dokie.
or let's see how you roll on this, and we'll see if it works.
Right. Could I use my familiar matrix?
What does that do again?
It says when I exchange blows or strike decisively with familiars, I can roll with plus channel instead.
Sure, absolutely.
Which would be a much nicer number for me.
Alrighty.
Yeah, if she's starting to run and engage with these 2, she's going to set off her shredding shards to start flying at them.
Well, so
Entirely.
so it's not necessarily so calling this roll.
I think it's kind of like an instigation thing of like, okay,
Yeah,
follow me.
Yeah,
It's like, I know you see them just Kool-Aid through here. I'm also dangerous. Come figure out what's going on here.
Exchange blows is probably the closest thing, because it's basically it's your general conflict roll, because and it's done not necessarily just to punch. It's done for any sort of thing that's sort of like, all right, let's interact in opposition to each other, kind of thing. So in that case, it is going to be it can be either I'm going to punch you, or it can also be you want your money back, chase me. It's
Come at me, bro.
exactly.
Meet me outside. How about that?
Right. That's exactly it. So yes. So but you can do that with channel if you're going to use your familiar matrix. And tell me what it looks like. Tell me what you do.
Let's see. Okay, so inside her Astir, she has in front of her her little floating moat, familiar, and she's gonna go, okay, Puck, it's time to shred, and it's going to flash, and then little lights from different parts of the Astir, or like shards of the Astir, kind of start glowing, and then kind of fly out, and kind of go and try to like scrape by the 2 Astirs, trying to like incite them, and cause a little initial damage.
Okay.
As they fly ahead. And she's just like charging.
Okay.
And I was running.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll it for me.
Okay, let's roll, and I'm gonna be using plus channel, which is so much better than my clash. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Okay, +2 is a 10.
10. Okay.
A nice
So
clean 10.
either your opponent takes a risk, or you take a risk and you put your opponent in peril. Now, let me. Just trying to remind myself what risks and perils are.
Risks and perils. Wait, no. Risks and perils. Perils and risks. Like Max and Ruby. Risks and perils.
Ruby is a goddamn op.
And that's why I love her. I was also the bossy older sibling, so I'm like, yes, Ruby. Get her done.
Max is just trying to have fun and live his life.
That's his fault.
And then when Ruby brings him in to do anything, she does all the work and he just stands there.
Yeah, he's supposed to be the audience. That's what he was born for. Yes.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. Oh, burdens. Here we go. Here we go. Dangers. That's what it is. Risks and perils are both kinds of dangers. Risks are temporary things that can be resolved during a sortie, like having the low ground during a fight, being on fire, or being distracted. And perils are more permanent issues that must be solved during downtime, like serious injuries to your Astir, being heartbroken, being exhausted. A danger to you is a danger to your Astir, and vice versa. For all intents and purposes, your Astir is an extension of yourself. Characters can be affected by a certain amount of both before they are defenseless. So risks and perils are two different kinds of dangers. That's what it is. So you can either put a risk on your opponent, or you can take a risk and put a peril on one of your opponents.
Okay. Let's put a peril on him.
You're gonna put a peril on him? Okay. So
Yeah.
So the risk that you're going to take.
Okay.
Let's see.
Risks and rewards, people. Risks and rewards.
This might be linked to temporary situations rather than the effect of a move. The most common example is if you're taking someone by surprise or attacking from a stealthy position. The situation puts them at risk, but the second you reveal yourself, that risk is no longer relevant. An actor who is an extra vulnerable at one danger could be struck decisively from stealth. Okay, so you are going to take a risk. Does Familiar Matrix take power? Do you need to use power to reuse it? Is that a subsystems thing, or?
That is a passive parts piece.
Passive parts piece. Okay.
It is a passive parts.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I will say that the risk that you're going to take is recharge. You'll need to you're going to need to recharge your Familiar Matrix before using it again. Basically because you used it against two targets, and like sort of spreading the focus took a little bit more effort than normal. However, that put a peril on them, and they you managed to what would normally have been basically akin to sort of a sharp smoke screen, for lack of a better term, did some serious damage. You definitely see some like tubes leaking some kind of fluid that probably shouldn't be, and some damage done to cockpit screens.
Okay.
So they're hurting a little bit more than you are, but you are gonna. It took a little juice out of you to use that your Familiar Matrix like that.
Yeah.
Draco, what are you doing?
As I see Electo being chased, I'll try to be sneaky and try to be behind the two that are following Electo.
Okay.
So that way, like, when I have a precise moment, I'll just use my sword and just stab him from behind.
Okay.
Sneak attack.
Okay. So with that, okay, so we're gonna call this a decisive strike. To strike decisively.
Okay.
Or otherwise. Oh no, I'm sorry. It says engaging with someone who is defenseless. They're not defenseless yet, because in order to be defenseless, they need to have another danger on them.
Okay.
So you can't do the decisive strike just yet. You can attack and you can exchange blows to try to just get another attack in and
Beat them up when they're not looking.
yeah, and to put another danger on them.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll plus clash. Excuse me.
That is a 11.
11. Okay. So again, either your opponent takes a risk or you take a risk and put your opponent in peril.
I'll have them take the risk.
You're just going to do the risk to them? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is a second danger, and they are now considered defenseless.
Susceptible.
Yep. I will. You know what? I will say because you only specifically went against one of them. We'll say one of them has an extra risk on them, and now so that means they are that one is defenseless. Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful. Get him.
Yeah, he just
Stabbing in the back.
sneaks up right behind and just goes.
Sure. Meanwhile, in the factory, alarms are blaring. People are running to and fro, trying to run. Like there is a general panic going on. Go ahead,
General
Nick.
panic?
Thank you. Well, panic is the wrong word because this is still a military establishment, so they've been trained for this. Like they know what's happening, but there is still that sort of extreme urgency of this needs to happen right now. Let's go. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's the plan?
So, I think first thing, so we enter into the factory, like we go past, we enter into the factory. There is somebody at the coat check, except instead of a coat check, they're handing out guns.
Okay.
The armory.
Yeah, the armory. It's
a coat check.
the coat check except for guns. Yes. The bunker, the armory, the
Gun check.
So as good technicians, we will each take a gun.
But you know what? Give me a roll plus sense for me, Sprocket.
I have a 1 sense. What do you got, Sprocket?
No. This is specifically for Sprocket.
Oh, never mind.
Rocket rolled a 3.
A 3.
Ooh,
Okay.
rocket fly.
It's fine. It's fine. Sprocket, you're fine. Don't worry.
Hold on.
Nothing bad's going to happen.
Why do you light a Sprocket's face?
On a failure, you may ask one of the questions immediately, but the answer creates a problem or puts you in danger. Okay. So, this is a read the room roll.
Okay.
So you may ask one of the questions on the read the room list. Page 22 in the book.
Page 22 in the book. Page 22. Okay. Can I find the command center?
Where can you find the command center?
I think I know how this plays out. Can I suggest it?
Please.
There is a map on the wall, and Sprocket stops and starts reading the map. And someone's like, "What the hell are you doing, Ensign?"
So you sort of stop and look at the map to figure out where the control room is. And as you basically it's not even a moment of like, oh, there's a map, let me stop. It's sort of you're like walking by, like trying to like keep up the roll, and you see the map. It's like, oh, map, we need to know where to go, and stop. And then someone slams into you.
Okay.
Like bowls you over. And as you stand up, you're looking at someone wearing a cream-colored formal uniform with sigils going down the side of the jacket. And you look up at him, and there is you're sort of taken aback at first because his face it almost looks like there is some kind of plant life, like wood growing on him, as if he is part plant, and it's kind of like creeping over his. It looks like it's growing like over his face like this.
Does it look like a Phantom of the Opera mask, except it's plants?
A little bit, and the eye that is under there is a glowing green orb, and the hair on
But I'm the abomination.
But and while the top of his head is this a sort of dirty blonde hair, what's growing on the side of his head looks more like moss.
Brandy, come get your kid. He's working for a fascist dictatorship.
He's in his teenager phase. You have to let them learn.
I had nothing to do with that.
She's self-pollinating.
That's beside the point. There's needs and there's wants, and they're very different, okay?
Hey. I'm going to say it before someone redeems the channel points. I don't even know if that's PG.
And no intention for it to be.
So.
I don't even know if that's PG.
Thank you. And he
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, I know. So this guy looks down at you with, like, the fury of, like, the fury of someone of a commanding officer that just realizes, like, what the fuck are you doing? Get to your position. Like, we are in, like, he will, like, what the fuck are you doing? Soldier, get on, like, Ensign, get on your feet and get to your assigned position right now. Who's your commanding officer? This is no time to be standing around refamiliarizing yourself. You should know exactly where you need to be.
Yes, sir.
And he looks at your name tag. What does your name tag say?
Davy Crockett.
Okay. Ensign looks down. Crockett. Cohran, where are you while this is happening?
I think while we were running, Sprocket stopped to look at the map, and Cohran kind of kept running. Eventually realized they left Sprocket behind, stopped, turned around, and that's when he saw them getting yelled at.
Yep.
And Cohran's just gonna run up behind them. Sir, this isn't the time to reprimand us. We gotta go get to our positions. Come on! And then grabs Sprocket by the back of the collar and just starts running while dragging Sprocket.
Make sure the shuttle is ready.
Yes, sir.
And he's gonna start as you run off in the general direction. He's gonna start following you. I mean, he's not running, but it's with that sort of commanding officer stride. Where do you go?
So in my glance, I probably saw where the command room is. Did I also see where the elevator down to the...
There's a few elevators down. You can find an elevator easy enough.
Okay. Left, right, center. Okay. This elevator.
Come on.
So you get on the elevator, and the doors close. And as the doors are about here, a 4-fingered gloved hand puts it up and stops the doors from closing. And they open up, and it's that guy, the guy with the wood face. As he steps in and sort of like
Evil Woody
straightens his jacket, and presses a different button on the elevator.
What does the button say?
3. What
He's going up. Say like Hangar Bay.
No. This elevator only goes down. You're at the ground floor. This one goes down into the sub basements. But it says 3. Like, what elevator do you get on that says exactly where it's going? Like, what elevator that has like whole words say
hospital elevators
that say cafeteria on it? Is that like what?
Hospital elevators always tell you where you're going.
No.
Sometimes they say lobby.
Okay.
They usually have numbers, and then there's L for lobby.
I want to take a second, and you know what? I am even going to. Where is it? Do I still? All right. You know what? I am even going to take a
Take
little
a sip of water.
No. I'm going to take a little celebratory sip of an adult beverage here. I think that's the first time I've ever broken Nick.
That's good shit.
So, excuse me.
Just the whole, what does the elevator say? And the very quick response, just 3.
3.
Going to the 3rd floor.
It's his favorite number.
Okay, how many buttons are there on the elevator?
There are 10.
Okay.
You just gotta buddy the elephant and just run your hands on all of them.
Do you want
Sprocket presses 10.
Don't. Okay.
You press 10, and the officer kind of sort of like looks at you and raises an eyebrow. 10.
Secure the shuttle.
Say again?
We have to secure the shuttle.
You... Who are you?
I attack him with the arm.
He is going like in that moment, before, like as like he sees you sort of like haul back, and what are you attacking him with again? You're not coming through. Your voice is not.
The arc welder.
The arc welder. Okay, he sees you sort of haul back with the arc welder, and he immediately slams on the emergency stop button on the elevator. All right, go ahead and roll exchange blows.
Is that clash?
Yes, this is going to be clash.
I have a -2 in clash.
So before you do that, then, Cohran, if you would like to help or hinder, you can either help Sprocket on this roll, or you can hinder the officer on his next roll.
I think I have a really good way to hinder this officer.
Okay. All right, so we'll let Sprocket do their thing first.
Also, Will,
Yeah?
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong one
What?
for the sound earlier. The "this guy stinks" one.
Oh.
I just realized that's the wrong one. I didn't hit the right sound at all.
So that's a 7.
That is a 7. Okay, so you can either hold on. Where I just had it on exchange blows. Where the hell did it go? Exchange blows. Here we go. All right, so both you and the target are going to take a risk.
Okay.
You try to like sort of cold cock him, which is sort of like the butt end of the arc welder, right? It's a heavy object, and you just kind of at him. He is going to block the attack. It still bruise him a bit, like because you are still attacking him, but it's just not going to be the upside the head like you wanted it to.
Well, I was gonna actually like level it up and just like take a shot at his chest with it.
Oh,
It's ranged and elemental.
You would have to light it first. Like lighting an arc welder takes a second.
Oh, you have to light this thing, the steel fuser?
It's a weapon that you have. Oh, okay.
It's a technician-centered weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. Then yeah, never mind. Yep. You just you can then you can absolutely just sort of light it up and swing. But it is still a somewhat obvious.
Oh yeah.
Sort of thing. So he is actually like when he sees that sort of coming at you, he's gonna block. He's actually gonna like sort of turn and block with his flesh arm, because that's probably a little less flammable than his wood side, and just try to like sort of block your arm and just try to knock it out of your hand. But it's done in such a way that it's gonna bruise him and bruise you at the same time, so you both have that risk.
Okay.
Cohran, what you doing?
Orin's never gonna let me out again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot this man.
Yeah, Zoop, learn the B plot move because you're gonna be using it a lot. You're gonna shoot him.
Yeah, I have a gilded sidearm.
Okay.
Gonna be grounded.
So you open fire. Go ahead and roll exchange blows.
All right, let me roll my clash. I don't think I have a move. No, I do not. But my clash is a 1. Six.
No.
Okay.
And this is why we don't
Robot.
have the perk move.
Robot.
How does helping work? Can I help?
Not right now.
Can you help their hindrance?
Go to Okay, so you fail that, and that means I get to take a. Where's my director moves? What do I get to do here now? You said you have a gilded firearm.
Gilded sidearm.
Gilded sidearm. What does it look like?
So, it just seems like a normal, standard issue, sidearm. Picture the 1911, if you will.
Okay.
But the grip of it is emblazoned in like these gold accents of the symbol of Lunas. You know, the circle with the crescent moon and the star in it. It's gilded with that on the grip and around the barrel. It's just this silver line that moves up to the front. Like, it's supposed to look like when you fire the bullet, you're firing a shooting star.
Okay. So you open fire, and where did you get this firearm? Was that, you know what? You used to be a soldier for the Shepherds, didn't you? Or at least for the Republic.
Yeah. He was born into the rebellion. So wait. No. My other character was going to be from the Shepherds. Cohran is born into the rebellion.
Okay. So you pull this gun, and using his gloved hand, he grabs your wrist and sort of like pulls it to the side, so that you end up just sort of shooting into the wall of the elevator. And he looks up at the gun and says, "Holy Order of Lunas."
There's something I really want to do, but I want to give you the chance to do something cool too.
Yeah. Holy Order of Lunacy, you...
How conscientious.
Now, this is not that is not an order that I was anticipating any sort of interference from.
Well, you know what they say. Expect the unexpected.
And he is going to he's going to sort of use this position that he has you in and sort of pull you towards him, but sort of like, and put his elbow out, so that you sort of come like your nose meets his elbow, and sort of pushes you into the corner up against Sprocket.
Wait. Sprocket's really short. Can I do something?
What would you like to do?
This isn't
Listen,
gonna be
know what
PG,
I'm
is it?
gonna do?
It's not gonna be PG.
It's not gonna be PG.
Oh my
God.
god.
Okay.
Put the counter up to 4.
What are you doing?
Grabbing the balls and twisting.
I don't even know if that's PG.
To be fair, that was my idea too, while he had me in close.
The old
Except
dick
I was just gonna...
twist.
I was just gonna knee him.
I mean, it's effective. Maybe a dirty move, but you know, we're not exactly fighting fair to begin with. So,
All right.
All's fair in love and war.
Balls fair and balls and twist.
This is
What
ev-
happens in the elevator stays in the elevator.
Whoa.
It'll be fine.
All right.
This move is called the Bolivar twist.
I hate it.
Go ahead.
I hate it.
All right.
I'm so mad at you. Oh my gosh. No. Hate it so much.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Great. Now I need to find a
and this is why I missed playing with you guys.
now I need to find a sound clip to add onto our Discord soundboard of that. Well, I don't know if it was a Vine or a video, whatever. It's the
Thanks,
twist his
I hate
dick.
Grab his dick and twist.
Grab his dick and
Thanks,
twist
I
it.
hate it.
This is an MMA fight, dude. Twist his dick.
Oh my god.
The old
No.
dick twist. Roll
I'm
exchange
doing a weird
blows.
anime style.
I am very uncomfortable with the energy that we've created in
Roll
the
the
studio today.
twist.
Okay,
It's
that's
plus
a
class.
12 minus 2.
That's a 10.
That's a 10.
10 to twist? 10 to twist?
Balls.
It's
I've had-
testicular tension.
This man's poor.
Abby,
this man's
I've
poor
heard of-
wood.
Abby, I've heard of tentacles, but this is the first time I've heard of 10 to twist.
I mean,
I mean, we knew tentacles follow me. Apparently, it's for Zoop.
All right, Zoop.
she's going to damage the wood. Go for it. Trim his hedge! Wreck him!
It's right in the fireflies.
Stomp on his stump! He doesn't need it! Get rid of it!
Rini, I hope you didn't want
wait.
grandchildren.
Pick those berries.
Oh my god!
So he takes Cohran and shoves him up against the wall, and Sprocket comes in and's like, "Not my captain!" and reaches up and twists.
Excuse me as I cross my legs.
All right. So either
Ooh.
either your opponent takes a risk, or you take a risk and put your opponent in peril.
So what is the difference between risk and peril?
Risk,
Emotional damage.
yes, emotional damage. That is the difference. No, well, I mean technically yes, but
Oh my god.
so a risk is something that can be sort of, you can take an action to kind of like shake off.
Oh, okay.
A
Dingleberries.
peril is more permanent. It can only be fixed during downtime.
Okay, that's a peril.
Peril?
That's 100% a peril.
His dingleberries. Oh no. His dingleberries.
All right.
How dare he ask a question? It's all gone downhill from here.
So, yeah, no, he is, you, like, there is a cry of pain as you manage to grab his dick, which is still made of flesh, and twist it.
Cohran is going to, like, center himself, look down at this man, and say, "What did I say? Expect the unexpected."
Golly.
All right.
God, yeah.
This man can taste pain, and you're sassing him, which is the only option.
Oh god.
So, let's wrap up this scene real quick. What are you guys gonna? So, what do you do from here?
Cohran is going to exchange their outfits so that Cohran is now the officer.
He's not defenseless yet.
Oh.
Gotta get him.
This is an important character. He gets 3.
Mmm.
Oh my god. I couldn't see out of my eye for a second.
He's in a lot of pain, but he can still defend himself.
Kick his feet out from under him.
Sure, Cohran's going to try to do a fucking judo move and kick the feet out from under him.
All right.
Schwa.
Exchange blows. Plus clash.
While they're being twisted.
11.
Yeah. Either your opponent takes a risk, or you take a risk and put your opponent in peril. Giving him another risk will make him defenseless, and you'll be able to strike decisively next time, or your next will be able to strike decisively.
Yeah, I'll kick him down and give him a risk.
All right.
Do you yield?
Hold on.
Listen, we've defeated you in this generation and the next. I suggest you yield.
Actually, go ahead. So I'm going to have you roll plus talk for that. This is going to be your decisive strike.
Okay. What is my talk? How good am I at talking? Oh.
Are you good at talking?
Yeah!
You're captain! You have to be good at talking!
You know what? You're good at you're good at anything you roll well on.
Don't talk, just shoot.
Captain, we trust.
So, Will.
Yes.
You see, I rolled a 5, which doesn't sound like a lot. But if you look at my entire hand, you'll see that every single finger is, in fact, extended.
This is going so well. Going so well.
I'm gonna shoot him in the head.
Hold on, can you please have a response?
Well, you failed. That means I get a director move.
Ooh.
That's fantastic.
Isn't
I'm
that the
so
most exciting
happy
thing
for
to hear?
you.
I'm so happy.
This is great. Guys, we're doing great.
You're doing so good, trapped in this elevator. So strong, so mighty.
While you had the three of us just fighting just normal stuff, it's just like Captain may be dead in the inside. We don't know.
We have no idea. We think everything's going okay. We're focused on what's going on outside. I have no idea.
You've got him on the ground, gun to his head, and
I rolled doubles if that means anything.
And your artificer has basically an arc welder ready to torch whatever parts need torching. He looks up at you and says, "What do you want?"
The rocket. What's it for?
Expansion. Conquest.
Does it carry destruction or people?
Destruction. It carries peace. It carries order.
It carries soldiers.
It carries shepherds to a lawless galaxy.
It's not ours. We were given a planet. And we've done a shitty job on it. Now I'm giving you the option to see tomorrow. So you're either gonna help us bring down that rocket, or you're not walking out of this elevator.
Very well. I can bring you to the rocket.
Good choice. And I'm gonna help him up on his feet.
Keeping the gun trained on him, or?
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. Meanwhile, back topside. Electo. You've got a couple of bogeys. What are you doing?
What was that? I was coughing and dying.
You've got a couple of bogeys. What are you doing?
That is correct. Okay. Eee. How far behind them? How far? Blah, blah, blah. How far behind me are they?
Well, one of them is closing on you.
Okay.
The other one has been stopped by Draco.
Okay.
He has a giant sword in his back.
Yep, as you do. As you do. Let's see. Okay, since Shard's out of the picture for a moment, sure. I think she's going to whip around with her glaive and try to whack him.
Okay.
She has a glaive with her at this point. What do you call it? Active.
When you say glaive, do you mean the polearm kind of glaive or the giant fucking throwing star kind of glaive?
Glaive like the big old pole arm.
Gotcha. All right.
Her great arm.
No, Will, this isn't Crawl.
Hey, okay. I've seen both things called a glaive, okay? And I need to make sure.
I know, but that's literally the only time something like that is ever called a glaive.
No,
From what I've seen.
I have definitely seen other. I think Dead Cells call the glaive is the glaive in Dead Cells is a thrown weapon.
There's two different
Well, that's
blades.
the first for me. The only other instance I've seen is the polearm style.
Yep. No, I've seen it the thrown kind of a couple of different places. Anyway,
Seen it both ways.
Fair enough.
So, polearm comes out.
Yeah, full arm style.
And what does the polearm look like again?
Let's see.
Also,
So, like
an important detail, especially because Asters are magically powered mechs.
That is correct.
Do you draw it or do you summon it?
100%, like, she kind of, like, reaches her hand out and it kind of, like, flashes into existence kind of thing. Sort of like how, like, she, like a panel by panel of it kind of appears.
Sure.
Into the grip. Kind of thing. And that is kind of how it looks. It looks very panel by panel, held together by longer sections of, like, soldering.
Okay.
And then the blade itself is multicolored glass.
Nice.
With a point. Everything has to be aesthetically pleasing.
Of course.
Or else why bother fighting? Why bother fighting if I can't be beautiful? Yeah, so she's gonna kind of like stop running and summon it, and then just like turn around with a big old swipe at the one that's closing in closer to her. And I imagine that's a clash?
Yes.
Okay.
You are going to exchange blows with one of the other ones?
Yeah. Gonna do a blow. Ah. Dropped it on the ground. Okay.
Judge.
That's not good. That's a 5.
That is a 5. Okay.
I couldn't save it. Even if I had anything more in Clash, nothing was gonna save it.
Okay.
It's a 5.
Alrighty.
She just whiffs the air.
So you...
Lord. Misjudged how far they were from me.
So you are able to... You get in you get in close to swing at them with your glaive, and they the one that is closing in on you sort of ducks out of the way, and there's this flash of light around their hand that brings in a massive gauntlet, like a hydraulic gauntlet kind of thing around their hand that sort of comes in and punches you in the stomach area of your Astir.
And the chassis.
Yeah. There are a couple of moments of where it sort of like spiderwebs a little, like a couple of panels spiderweb a bit. And you are going to take. I'm gonna say that is a peril.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a good hit.
Ooh.
All right. While we're still in this particular scene, Draco, what are you doing? You were able to get one. The one that you stabbed is defenseless.
Okay, so I have advantage with this next attack?
No, it means you can strike decisively and take it out.
Okay, so since I just saw Electra get hit, I'm gonna instantly go into battle mode, not even hesitating, and just take the one guy completely out and pull the sword out, and then just instantly stab again, killing the pilot.
Oh, you're aiming right for the cockpit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Because I'm thinking I need to get this done fast and efficiently, and I need to go help my fellow.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus clash for me.
That's clash is +1, so that is a 9.
That is a 9. Okay. So that means you succeed as above. You strike true, but you choose one. You overreach or underestimate, take a risk. You waste ammo or words, losing use of a weapon until you can rearm, or losing the weight of some bargaining chip or piece of leverage. Or you strike carelessly, causing collateral damage beyond your expectations.
I would say probably he would probably get the sword stuck.
Okay. So yeah, you when you pull the sword out from that first blow that you did, you managed to take this guy off his feet. And then after it's trying to right itself, you take your sword and just plunge it right through the chest, right through the central chassis where you know the cockpit is on this thing.
Yeah.
And you drive the sword so hard into the ground that it gets stuck.
Yeah.
And so you can't grab your sword until after the fight, after this particular scene, this instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is not getting up. Lakis, what are you doing? You've got a few baddies on you.
Yeah, I am gonna stab a bitch and also.
Sorry, all that came through was I am gonna shat a bitch and.
I am going to stab a bitch.
Yep.
and try to be shooting my pistol at the same time, if possible.
Not well. I mean, it's gonna be the same thing. It's the same role. But it's not gonna be two separate attacks. It's gonna be one instance of exchange blows.
Okay.
So yeah. So roll to exchange blows. So plus clash.
Plus clash, that is 10.
Oh. Okay, that is. So do you want?
Do we get anything for doubles in this system or no?
No.
No. Okay. I know some systems do, some don't.
I already tried that, Lissa.
Yep.
I've had 2 5s and 2 4s so far, so I didn't think.
Well, I rolled 2 5s earlier, didn't think about it, but I just rolled 2 4s and have a +2, so I thought I should ask.
Stand on me.
So that is going to be a full success. So you can either your opponent takes a risk, or you take a risk and put your opponent in peril.
I want my opponent to take a risk because there's 4 of them, last I heard.
Right.
And I don't think it's smart for me to put myself in peril.
Right.
So, I'm gonna do the smarter move.
Sure. All right. Electo.
That's a me. You.
Dude just punched you.
Cringed at myself. Yep, he did. It was rather rude. Rude and crude. An all-round bad dude.
Socially unacceptable.
100%. 100%. My apologies. Which one was it that Draco was dealing with? The one that was closer to him?
The one, yeah. Basically, you hit 2 with your familiars at the first at the outset.
Yes.
He got a sneak attack on 1 and then was able to take it out. There's 1 more that's coming in to punch you.
Okay. So I heard what he did, but I could not for the life of me remember which of the 2
Right.
he was working with. Okay. So the one that punched me is still there. Okay,
Yes.
cool. Which is rude. Let's see. Would I be allowed to use... Yeah, sure. My Astir's one move is called Looking Glass. So when I am put into peril, I may read the room with confidence and advantage in response.
Sure.
Would she be able to look? She would want to look immediately like, what fucking weaknesses does this bitch have?
Sure.
I want them out.
All right. So
Okay,
yeah, go ahead and make that read the room roll. So plus sense.
Plus. So with advantage it makes sense, but what does with confidence mean again?
With
I cannot remember off the top of my head.
Let me.
Isn't that a +1?
With confidence. Additionally, might also be sometimes to act with confidence or in desperation. When acting with confidence, you are almost assured of your success. Treat any die result of 1 as a 6 instead.
Okay.
So any ones you roll count as 6s.
Okay.
So you're gonna. So
that
you're
gives
gonna.
me sense.
So you're gonna roll 3 dice and take the 2 highest.
Right. I need to stop dropping them. I'm just gonna roll another. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Plus sense, that's going to be an 11.
An 11. Okay. So there's a whole list of questions that you can choose from. Read the room. There it is. It's on page 22 in the book.
Page 22.
But the list is: who has the upper hand here? What is being overlooked or obscured here? Where do my hooks pull me here? How does X really feel? What is X's approach? How is X at risk or in peril? And where can I find X? On a 10 plus, which you got, you get to ask 3 of those questions.
Cool. Immediately she's going to go for what weaknesses can I use here? Because he's already really up close to me.
Yep.
So can we go with like overlooked and obscured? Would that be the one that'd be the closest for that?
Well, that would be asking. You could ask what their approach is.
Oh yes, love that actually.
Yeah. What is X's approach? You could what your target's approach is. which currently is they are using a mundane approach. Everything they have here seems no, I'm sorry,
mechanical.
because they did teleport something in.
Right.
That's so that is going to be with the flash of light. I'm going to say that is going to be arcane.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
And also you can see the there are sigils on the knuckles of that sort of hydraulic glove that they teleported in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool. Let's see. I already know the parallel that I put on them, so I don't need to know that.
What is your approach?
Her approach is also arcane.
Also arcane. All right.
So they would be more equally matched because
Right.
there's no up or down.
Yep.
In that scenario. And in my rituals, I did not say that I was going to change my approach.
Right.
Let's see. What is being overlooked or obscured in this scenario? If any.
What is being overlooked or obscured in this scenario? Huh.
If it's literally nothing, then it's literally nothing, but that would at least be known that it is what it seems.
Nothing that you're aware of.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Oh, and Nick, don't forget for that 5 that you rolled, and I know other people have rolled a couple of failures over the course of this game. Don't forget to take a point of spotlight for that.
Yeah.
How does Spotlight work?
It's XP basically. When you
Oh.
accrue, well, in the case of the channelers, when you accrue 6 spotlight, I think for our support players, when they hit 5, they take an advancement.
For me, it's when I hit 6, but
Oh, it's when
for
okay.
Cohran, when he hits 5.
Okay. All right.
I don't really know if any of the other questions will be necessarily useful in this scenario.
Let's see. How is X at risk or in peril? Where can I find X?
You could ask, like, where could I find the next person to attack or something?
You could also,
or where can I find, like, the entrance?
and also, how does X really feel? Could be a question about really anything, because like you guys are in radio communication. Words can be flying here. You can have conversations and stuff in the middle of combat, and like explain, and like maybe someone says something about how they're really feeling. This game,
You just heard a bunch of yelling from Sprocket and Cohran.
Remember, this game is just as much about fighting robots as it is about kissing. So it's there's a whole other book that's dedicated to the romantic side of this game.
It's so funny. Love that.
And friends at home, it is literally called Armour Astir. Just
Of course
drop the first R. You could let's see. If you want to just hold on to it, if
Yeah, I think I might just hold on.
okay.
If I'm not
And you also roll with advantage when you act on the answers that you've asked to what you've asked.
Right. Cool
Ooh. Sorry, I've also been looking for games that might let me, build mechs, and I think I found one on itch. Anyway, so with that, or you know what, you could even ask how your opponent feels, because with this being close enough, you guys are now close enough that if you were to there could be limited radio contact if you're close enough to your opponent. I think they mentioned that in the book somewhere.
Did they?
Yeah. It's longer distance for allies, but closer distance for enemies.
Okay.
If you want
It
to
is
say
that she could listen in, that she might see like, okay, what are they saying
yeah.
in theirs? 100%.
You hear a through your communication devices. There's a you actually hear on the other side, like, all right, confirmed, not regular glass.
100%. Definitely does not shatter like normal glass. Okay. Sounds good.
They yeah. All right. Sorry.
I think we're hitting 10.
Yeah, we're hitting.
Yeah,
that,
the juice starts to fade.
Yeah, we're hitting that. We're hitting that 3-hour mark of the stream. So,
okay, using that move, is that basically what I have, and then I do something next round, or do I act upon that
you have
immediately?
that, like, you get that sort of as a response, as a reaction. So now you can
Okay.
now you can do a thing.
Okay. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Since she knows that, like, okay, she doesn't have any advantage or disadvantage against them with any sort of magic, I think she's just going to go try to, like, go down with her glaive and try to grab him again.
Sure. All right, exchange blows plus clash.
Exchange blows, clash. So much better than a 5. That's an 8.
All right. So
It's
you are
better than a 5.
both you and he are going to take a risk.
Mhm.
Like I said, risks can be sort of like you can take an action and sort of shake them off, so it's not super important exactly what they are, but that does make his second risk or his second danger. So that means he is now officially defenseless.
Okay.
And that is also your second risk, or that is your second
Yep.
danger. Fortunately, because
I need to shake that shit off.
well, you also have one more. You have one more before you're defenseless.
Oh, that's right.
And so yeah, you come down and there you actually have there's a standoff. You have the standoff moment because you come down with the glaive and he goes to punch it with that
Right.
with that hydraulic fist.
Yeah.
and it sort of like catches between the knuckles. Like, so he's kind of like holding it up like this and like staring you. There's a moment of like two Asters staring each other down, like while he's blocking your blade.
100%. What is it called? Prolonged eye contact. Eye contact. Prolonged eye contact.
The lockup. It's
eye contact.
All right. We will. So, and like I said, we're at that 3-hour mark. So I think we will call it there for now. We will pick this up next session.
The story is going so well. We're doing so good, guys.
Absolutely. But before we do that, I am going to offer one last scene in the sub basements with Sprocket and Cohran and our officer. You lead the officer down to level 10, where you are now face to face with a large, it's a rocket made of wood.
Rocket. Wood.
Yes. It seems to like, it honestly, the way it's designed, honestly, it looks like it was grown. And once again, he's still here, hands up. And you can actually, now that his hands are up, you can see like his sleeve has sort of fallen a bit, so you can see the wood that like it seems as though like a large portion of his body was grown like this. I'm really fascinated to see what your next move is, to be honest.
Rocket. Quick question.
Yes, Captain?
Wood's flammable, right?
Yes, Captain.
Oh, you're adorable.
Here to enlighten us.
This is a rocket designed for interstellar travel. You think it wouldn't have been designed specifically to survive burning up through the atmosphere?
Oh, no. He was talking about you. And Sprocket. I'm on fire.
You're gonna try to burn this guy?
Grounded. After this sortie, you are grounded. You cannot be trusted in the field.
Roll plus clash.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, I mean, that's a 7.
All right. Because he is still defenseless. He hasn't had time to shake off any of the stuff. This is a decisive strike. On a 7 to 9, you succeed, but choose one. You overreach or underestimate, take a risk. You waste ammo or words, losing use of a weapon until you can rearm, losing the weight of some bargaining chip or piece of leverage. You strike carelessly, causing collateral damage beyond your expectations.
I think I didn't mean to, like, full-on set him on fire.
Causing collateral damage beyond your expectations. You flail out with your fuser, and it catches on his arm, and immediately the entire left side of this man's body is engulfed in flames. he screams. This is agony. And he starts flailing, running around, trying to find something to like put the fire out. He gets over to a wall, puts his hand up on the wall, and the wall catches fire. But where the wall is, there's like a pipe. There's some kind of pipe above. And he manages to pull a lever, and that pipe dispenses a there's a chill in the air as this mist kind of like this. It's a blast of mist that comes down.
It's a safety shower. It's a safety shower.
Pretty much, it's a safety ice shower, and extinguishes the fire. But he collapses in shock. That glowing green orb that was where his eye once was is out. It's gone. But any part of his body that was living wood is now looks like charcoal. The green moss that used to be his hair is now lichen like ash. And he has fallen unconscious.
That's so horrific.
Rocket goes, oh my god, and throws the arc welder.
War crimes! You committed a war crime! Oh my god!
And the fact none of us know about this right now.
Yep. The
I
rest
didn't
of
You
do
were
the notes.
surrendering, you
The
used
captain.
incendiaries. This is multiple war crimes.
Send me the Geneva Convention again, why don't you?
I already did.
Added to the notes that Sprocket sets Woody on fire and fully wrecks him.
Sprocket
my
takes that
God.
as the Geneva suggestions list.
All right. And with
I
that,
didn't realize Sprocket's fucking Canadian. Holy shit.
And with that,
I think we have to end it there, Will.
Grounded.
Suggestion, we end it there.
Grounded.
I think that's what Will was about to do.
Oh
we're gonna
my
call
God.
it there for this session.
Holy hell of it.
Zoop hasn't been able to play with us for 3-4 weeks at this point and had to get all of the chaos out in one
It's been
second.
too long. You can't go this long in between takes.
So our lovely,
Fucking
our
bomb's
lovely
gonna go off,
audience,
bro.
I was keeping track of all the chaotic things Zoop was doing this entire session. And
I
my chaos count, it went from 4 to war crimes in a second.
From
Those
0
are a
to
nice
war
high
crimes in
number, but
2.5
it went-
seconds.
It went from 4 to oops. So fucking fast. Holy hell of it.
All right. So,
And
with
here I
that-
thought Locus was going to be the walking war crime based on how this playbook runs.
with that, everyone,
Oh.
I'm gonna let my players let you share their socials and all the things where you can find them to let you know about that while I go look for someone for us to raid. We will start, we'll go clockwise around the things, so we'll start with Lissa.
Hi, you can find me on all the places with the things as Geek Girl Alyssa. Obviously, I'm here on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, I am over on 3D Slice of Anime Boys. 3D Slice of Life Anime Boy channel, aka Goon, aka our DM for one of the campaigns, because we're in alternating campaigns, because we liked both. So we're like, why can't we have both? So in one, we're essentially playing Star Trek meets Subnautica, and in the other, we're playing college students that go to the community college adventure. Next person.
All right, Binks.
Alrighty. You can find me, CrimsonRedRobin, on pretty much anywhere. Right now, I'm currently redoing. I restarted playing Final Fantasy 16. And trying to think of some other stuff to do before the big move. And that's pretty much about it.
All right, Abby.
You can find me here sitting in absolute horror for probably another half hour, to be honest. I am known as Girl Productions. You can find me mainly on TikTok. You can also find me hanging out on people's channels playing fun games, such as our Tuesday game, which is so much fun. Our kooky cosmonauts and Candela Obscura in space over on Dine of Exposure, having a blast, being ridiculous. Strangely enough, fewer war crimes. Not saying there's none, but I'm saying fewer. Having a grand old time.
All right, and we all know that you can't find Nick, so we'll just skip over to Zoop.
Hi, I'm Zoop, War Crimes Machine.
Correct. Correct. You monster. We love you so much. You monster.
This is not the first time that a character of mine has committed war crimes, and I don't think it'll be the last.
The fact that we're actually in a war too.
But you can check out what I'm doing at my card, zoopmachine.card.co. Yeah, I'm in stuff. Come watch. Or hit me up. We can play.
She's in too much stuff.
We can play something.
No, stop. Bad.
And of course, I am Radio Free Will. Thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. If you want to catch up on any of the streamed games or streamed TTRPGs that I've been running, you can find those over on my YouTube channel, Radio_Free Will. Same name as it is right here. Also, if this kind of game seems like your kind of jam and you would like to join a table that I'm running at, you can find all of those games that I'm running right now at startplaying.games/GM/Radio Free Will. Not this one. This one's just advertising, but anything else that you would like to hop in on, I have plenty of seats in all of my games right now. But in the meantime, we are going to go raid Just the Human, because it looks like they are doing a charity Dungeons and Dragons game for Trans Lifeline, and you should go support them. At the very least, say hi in chat and, bump up their numbers and get more people looking at them. Maybe donate some money to help trans folks, because they sure as shit need it in the world we live in. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for checking out the stream. Go say hi to Just the Human. Refresh your browser. Follow them if you're not already. Do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight. These all help the algorithm. And until next time, no gods, no masters, only moderators. Night, gang.
Golly gee willikers.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Holy fucking shit.
What a way to end